Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Radiant Central, and I'm your host, Natasha St. Michael, and thank you so much for joining me. So today I'm going to share some wedding photos and also explain a little bit about my wedding, because it's very, very different than a Western wedding.
Pance Serade Satu Brahma Serade.
Today's actually 2 months exactly since we got married in Lombok, Indonesia. Lombok it's an Indonesian island not that far from Bali. I'd say if you were to take a plane, it would take about 45 minutes to get there, and by driving and by local ferry, it takes about 8 hours total. And we had the wedding, which was a Balinese Hindu wedding, in my husband's village. And he's actually from the jungle. So it was a very, very interesting wedding. And luckily my parents were able to come. They came all the way from Canada, and my brother was staying in London at that time, and we had friends that came from Bali as well. So very special, huge wedding as well. There was over 350 people there. So the wedding was huge, huge, but what was most amazing was seeing it being put together. I have to say I was amazed, absolutely amazed, because there's no one being hired to do these things. It's the whole community, the whole village that comes together and makes the food, prepares everything, sets everything up, organizes everything. Nothing is hired, nothing is catered, nothing is bought. It's literally just a group effort, and all coming from the heart, and all people just supporting each other, families supporting other families. And it's extremely touching. I mean, all the way down to not even making invitations. Literally, there's a few people in the family that are appointed to invite everyone that's invited. Go door to door, house to house, inviting people. And it's just a very special experience. It takes a few weeks to prepare everything for the wedding, but I have to say the last 2 to 3 days, that's when it's at the crunch. And I think part of that is because they have to make sure everything does happen on the wedding day, but also because things like food are not refrigerated. Most people don't have a refrigerator, so they have to make everything fresh, and therefore with preparing the food, it has to be done overnight. So there's many people that stay up all night making the food, so that come morning, the day of the wedding, that's when they actually feed everyone. It's actually first thing in the morning, there's a big meal, and get to meet the bride and the groom, and a big social time. And right after that, then people usually go home, or they take a rest on the land and just relax for a few hours, and then they come back later on that afternoon for the wedding ceremony. So very, very different, and it was quite something. Even all the way down to the glasses and things to serve people with, all that has been borrowed. Everyone coming together to ensure that everything you need is there.
Nganten nyum. Belum. Oh, di sinar Bali.
Tapi kan tinggal melihat kolom. Pertama serada.
The only thing that we did rent, which is pretty interesting, is our wedding costumes. And that we actually rented like the day before the wedding, which I found to be a little bit close to the end, but that's how things are done. The actual wedding ceremony itself, it was, I'd say, about 45 minutes long, and it was Balinese Hindu ceremonies, so there was a lot of prayers and ritual, a lot of things going on, but at the same time, like, very laid back. People are walking around, they're talking, and it was a very beautiful ceremony. I really have to say, I was touched by the whole day. Of course I would be my wedding, right? So yeah, it was quite something, and in all, it was just a very, very special experience, and something I'm really happy that we were able to do the traditional stuff, especially because it meant a lot to my husband. So I'm happy that we're able to do that and experience it, and I'm so happy that my family were able to come. Like, my brother stayed over at the village and was part of, like, making the food and all sorts of stuff, and my parents had a great time, and it was great. And so do go and check out the photos of my wedding and see everything, and go to my website at www.radiantcentral.com/blog. You'll see photos there. You'll see a link to my Facebook page, or you can just go directly to my Facebook page, which is Radiant Central, and you'll see photos there, and also Flickr. All right, so I'm wishing you guys a fabulous day, and I will see you again soon.
Kecamatan Narmada jaga ngawet dalam upacara sudi wedani ring pengantin dua pendidik